Okay, so we've got the main board set up here, all the shared stuff. So now we need to do the per player setup. So what do? There's some more of these tiny cards that have the little scroll on them. These are the thesis cards. So each player is going to end up with some of these thesis cards and a couple of these other cards we've got here. So we've got our thesis cards. Let's grab those. And then grab everything that's green. Everything that's green here. And there's one card that's different, and that is the materials reference. This is meant to be a shared rules aid. It also has the single player rules on the back. So if you're playing solo, you can use that as a rules reminder. So this, just put it somewhere that everyone can get it if they're interested in knowing how many of each card is in the grave deck. But it's not essential, so again, I can put it here. Someone can get to it. For the other things, you'll notice there's 4 of these big green cards and 4 of these little green cards. These are research grants in your rules reminder cards. Give each player 1 of each of these. So if we'll do a 2-player setup here. So 2 there, and then our second player will end up with 2 there. If that's 4, I'd give each to everyone. So we got those. Then we got the thesis cards. If it's your first game, you don't need to play with these. If you're just learning, these may not be. These may be a little bit more for you to track. They're these random long-term goals, so you can kind of decide how you feel about the complexity of the game. But if you're playing with them, give each player 2 of these. After shuffling that deck, which I did off screen, they are going to look at these and choose one that they want to go for as their long-term goal. It'll kind of influence how they play a little bit and give them something to aim for. And they'll choose one and put the other one back in the box. But these are secret, so keep them secret. Next thing you're going to do is give each person 2 100 level projects. So let's draw these from the deck. They're each going to choose one of them they're going to keep and put the other one on the bottom. So now that they kind of know their long-term goal, they may decide, oh, I want this potion, and go for that. This is up to them. They're going to do that individually. Then what else are we doing over here? Yep, I already mentioned the materials reference, so just keep that out for whoever is interested in it. And then the first player token, according to the rulebook, says whomever most recently attended school. But you can use whatever rule you want. And you got this cool little first player quill. So let's say that was the first player. Little camera. So you get that. And then you'll notice it mentions these familiar tokens. Those are these. I still have them in a bag. These are totally just an optional aid if you find them helpful. So you can give people these tokens and they can use them to place on things to remind them of anything. This is not essential for the game. This is just something that you can use if you find it helpful. If you don't, you just put it back in the box. All right, and at that, I think everyone is set up and that will be ready to play.